Been a minute, guys. What's going on? Chun is back, and I've got another fourth generation standard match for you guys today against Akiratron. This is a battle I had about 6 months ago, actually, but I did finally get the okay to upload it. Definitely check his channel out. I'll leave a link in the description, maybe give you guys a few details at the end of the video on what he does, but anywho, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm leading off with Swampert, and he's leading off with Tyranitar, which is very interesting. I don't see a lot of support leads. In fact, this is the only one I've seen playing 4th gen. I haven't seen anyone else try it since then. But I set up the rocks and he does the same. He figured I would do that since I've got the advantage. But here I go for the Roar, and he shows the counter thinking I'm going to go for the Earthquake, although it was tempting at the time. But it sucks now because his cover's blown. He's not going to be able to counter again, so I get his Machamp, and here I just decide to go for the Earthquake just to get some damage on it, so I can possibly one-hit KO it later on. I do have Gengar, but sometimes players go for the payback predicting the Ghost type switch in, but in this case he does stick with the Dynamic Punch, and I knew it would be a 3-hit KO since I was running max HP, max defense at the time. Here I am going to decide to stay in and just try to go for the Roar as he goes for another Dynamic Punch. And I did that for two reasons. I still didn't want to risk Gengar, number one, and number two, Earthquake would be a 3-hit KO on Machamp anyway. And I did have an epic camera fail there, so I do apologize about that, guys. I ended up getting his Jirachi, and I thought about what I wanted to do for a while here because I was thinking he could carry the Grass Knot. I didn't see leftovers, but I didn't know if it was Scarf or a mixed Jirachi with Expert Belt. I do end up staying in, and it turns out he does have the Grass Knot, and I really should have scouted for it by going to my own Jirachi and then going to something else to scout for the Fire Punch, since my Jirachi was Calm Mind, but I didn't even notice Life Orb at the time. But I bring in Fernape in, and I make a pretty good play here. He's going to switch out and go to Vaporeon, predicting the Fire Stab, and I just decided to go for the close combat instead of the obvious overheat. And Vaporeon does deal with Infernape very well as long as it doesn't switch in on a close combat. But now it's going to be a clean 2-hit KO. He's not going to be able to wish up. The only thing he can do is protect, basically, because I outspeed it. But just in the middle of this, guys, I do want to apologize because I did slow the speed down of the video a little bit just because I wanted to explain the thought processes and whatnot of what was going on here. But anyway, he does go for the Protect just to stall a turn, and I stick with close combat, and the third one is going to take him out. So Vaporeon is out of the way. Not a huge threat, but Vaporeons can be pretty annoying. They're excellent supporters, so he's going to bring Tyranitar back in on the free switch, and the plan for him now is to Life Orb stall me. And since Sandstorm is up, if I keep Infernape in, Infernape's not going to be lasting too long. So he does go for the Protect, and I stick with close combat again. And on this turn, actually, he's going to switch, predicting another close combat. But instead, I decide to U-turn. And that was an excellent play, but I don't want to take too much credit for it, since at the time I doubt I predicted that switch, since I hadn't even seen Celebi yet. So I think I was planning to go to Dragonite at the time to try to go for the superpower, but I did get a crit, which I'm not sure if it mattered or not. It most definitely did if it was physically defensive damage wise, but any other set I could have still possibly one-hit KO'd it if I got near max damage. But anyway, I am going to bring Roserade in here. This is the Spike set that you guys can look at in my much earlier videos. It's got a bit of a different EV spread though than the standard one, but he's going to bring Machamp in, and I figured I was going to try to bring set up Spikes, but instead I just go straight for the Energy Ball because I just didn't want to deal with Machamp anymore, and thankfully it does one-hit KO. He is going to bring Jirachi back in, and he's going to go straight away for the Ice Punch, and he does get a crit here, and it's definitely a mixed Jirachi. The crit does kind of make up for earlier, because with the spread I had a pretty good chance to survive that Ice Punch, about a 90% chance actually. and I believe I went for Spikes or Stun Spore. In the end, it just would have depended on whether I would U-turn with Infernape or not, because that would have been my next move, going to Ape after setting the Spikes up or the Stun Spore. But I go to Ape here. And he goes to Tyranitar, predicting the Fire Stab again. But I just go straight for the close combat and take it out. And he is going to reveal his last Pokemon here, which I had not seen yet. And it turns out that it is a Dragonite. Now, seeing as he hadn't revealed it the entire match, I knew it was going to be a Dragon Dancer, since he kept it hidden the whole time. So I'm going to go straight for the Thunder Punch. Close combat would do more damage, but again, I know this is Dragon Dance, and I didn't have priority on this team at the time, so I needed to go for Paralysis. Unfortunately, it's no dice for me, and he does go for the Dragon Dance instead of going for the attack, which is the obvious but good play. He knew I would take myself out, and because this is a bulky Dragon Dancer, since he showed the leftovers and he's at +1, he basically outruns any Pokemon that's got base 120 speed or below, and nothing on my team is that fast. So I bring Dragonite in here, but in this case the game is pretty much over because he's now at +1. Dragon Claw is easily going to take my Dragonite out, and that Dragonite, I was running Roost at the time. I wasn't running Extreme Speed, and even if I did, it wouldn't have one-hit KO'd anyway, because it does 35% max, unless I got a crit. That was the only way I was going to win this, but Gengar will easily fall to a Dragon Claw. And my last is Jirachi, and he is carrying the Earthquake, so Earthquake at +1 is going to be enough to take me out, and that's going to be the game. But it was a good game of Akiratron. Guys, definitely check him out. His channel's pretty cool. It's a definite break from the battles that you normally see. He basically just does Pokemon talk, and he brings up some pretty cool topics. But anyway, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and Chun is out. Peace.